Welcome back to your daily special with me, Mama Coco of Cleveland, Ohio. Welcome back, everyone, to your weekly reading. So let's get started. Alrighty, I'm going to pull this up so you guys can see the spirit board. Here we go. Pretty sure you can see that. Maybe if I turn that light off. Yeah, you can see it better that way. Alrighty. We'll be using the Angel Compass board with the Angel Compass dice. And I'm going to throw 3 regular dice with it also. And as always, I will be picking a card for all element signs with the Cross Street Oracle cards and the Floromancy cards. So we are going to start with all earth signs, okay? Earth, north. I'll let you know what this says. That's an important one. This is something you should pay attention to. The number 2, hope you can see that. This is an amethyst die, and this is very ironic because amethyst is ruled by the card, the High Priestess. The number 2. The number 2 is also surrounded by guides. The number 2 is letting you know to find balance, especially right now when it falls off the board with this number and it ruling the High Priestess card. You are not paying attention to your inner wisdom right now, and you need to. And that's for earth signs. Over here, you have Gabriel, immediate message, fell by the letter F. So if that is significant to anybody out there dealing with issues of the past, turn to Gabriel. It is also in the deep corner of north, so you need to find healing and grounding when dealing with issues of the past, especially with the number 6 next to it, because this is technically the 6 of Cups. Over here you have Raphael, message that is coming, saying yes, letting you know that you will be coming to a crossroad decision. This is 4, surrounded by the angels in the north. So you need healing and grounding right now in order to propel towards the future. Turn to Raphael, and it also landed on the letter I and the letter right here for yes. So it's green light, go, whatever decision you decide to make. Turn to Uriel, because it did fall on Uriel, especially when you're dealing with your past issues, finding your balance, going towards the future. And that is for Earth. For Earth signs, your Oracle card, Cross Street Oracle card is Alright. You have the 4 of air, the number surrounded by the angels. This is also Raphael, which is the same die. Ironically, you also had the 4 with. So this is good confirmation. So your confirmation to propel forward, these are the questions you should be asking yourself. Is there financial security? Are you spoiling over the top, and why? Don't overspend just because it's coming in fast. Are you denying efforts to make life easier now? That could be a million things. Again, depending on how it applies to you. Is there false hope with money? You are surrounded by angels and guides, strongly protected at this time. And also, too, if you do have time to take a vacation right now, I highly recommend it. Take a time out for yourself. Fire, why'd you jump up there, honey? Get away from the herbs that I'm drying, baby. Alrighty, now we are going to air as we go around the compass. So we're rolling for air signs, all air signs. Alrighty, air signs. Your immediate message is Uriel, and it has fallen on the element water, the area west. This is reminding you to make sure that you are completely solid and grounded in any finances or home environment. Actually, there's 2 messages here. Oh, goodness. Let me think here. Because the 2 is right on the border, which is ironic because this die rules this area. It's almost kind of the exact same message as earth signs, really, is to find balance and to make sure that you're grounded in any decision making where you feel the past will influence going towards the future, because ironically they got the exact same die in the same area, Raphael, which is yes, to propel forward. So basically, in a nutshell, stay grounded with the issues of the past, propel forward, because yes, you do have the balance. You don't think that you don't know what's going on, because you do. Basically, as a friend told me, get the mental chatter out of your head. And over here, you have the 5, and it fell on the pentacle, so this is 5 of Pentacles. And this is 1 of Earth, which is Ace of Pentacles. So the 5 of Pentacles with the Ace of Pentacles, this is all about new beginnings with business. The 5 of Pentacles, again, new beginnings. You basically cutting away what no longer serves you, almost kind of like the Ace of Swords. So this is actually really good. So any air signs in a nutshell, just make sure you have a grip on your past. When you're propelling towards the future, find your balance. Yes, it is okay to move forward. Turn to Raphael. Make sure that you're thinking of yourself singularly, and make sure that you are prepared, the number 5, especially with it being the amethyst die. Make sure that you use your inner wisdom as you go towards the future. Now, your cross street oracle card. Alrighty, air signs. 1 of water. Wash your hands of the situation. Remember how Uriel fell over here in the west. So it's basically letting you know that right now is the time that you need to wash yourself of that situation of the past. It no longer serves you. Is there a new relationship? A new relationship could either be literally a new relationship, or it can be a new level of the current relationship that you're in. Are cycles of emotion content? And if they're not, ask yourself why. Is there instability? And also again, ask yourself why. Is there a false heart? Is it you having the false heart, or does somebody around you have the false heart? Are you respecting nature and nature to have balance? Because sometimes when we get caught up in our own mental chatter in our head, we neglect nature, and it could be something as simple as leaving the faucet running, you know, running the heat without shutting the windows, just basically disrespecting any form of elements. And then also, 2, are you thinking twice? Again, that basically means that you're reacting to an emotional reaction first instead of sitting back and not thinking, you know, think about it first. Basically, first reaction is an emotional reaction, which is never the right reaction, so you should think before you open your mouth, basically. I understand it all too well, air signs, because I do it myself sometimes. I'm not proud of it, but it is what it is. Alrighty, next, we are going to be rolling for fire. All fire signs, okay? Element fire. Woo! Wow. This landed on my hand exactly looking like that, so that's 4. And it fell off the board, but I caught it. I'm not quite sure what that means. We'll see if something channels through. Okay, and that fell on my hand like that. Uriel. So we'll say for fire, this is the 4 of Pentacles in a nutshell. This is letting you know that you are at a crossroads decision when it comes to finances. Maybe you started, maybe you have a talent and you were starting to get ready to do business with somebody, and then you realize that you were only being used for your talent, so you're not getting paid the top dollar that you deserve. Whatever it is, and it fell off the board, sometimes, the best way I can describe it is like when I started bartending. I started in a beer shot joint, and by the time I was done with bartending, I was a martini bartender, full-blown mixologist. So when it fell off the board, you may feel, you can't rush it. You know, it's like a crock pot. No matter how high you turn it up, it needs to simmer. You got to give yourself time. Not everything is at a quantum leap, so don't, if you're thinking of leaving, you might want to stay. If you're thinking of staying, then you might want to go. Again, it depends on how it applies to your individual situation, but it fell off the board, okay? Over here, you have the 4 of Gabriel, because it fell directly on the sigil of Gabriel. So this is the Four of Cups. Okay, you got fours and fours here. That is surrounded by the angels. So with this Four of Water, again, you know, it could be a cross decision with the past. Maybe you're in business with somebody of the past. You know, the crossroad decision to propel forward is reminding you that this is possibly a third circle situation, because you got 3 on top of the Gemini. So if the person you're dealing with is a Gemini, or with it just being the Roman numeral number 2, it could be a situation that you might be dealing with tomorrow, actually Sunday. Just make sure that you're grounded, because it's by the flower also. This is the wisdom die because it's amethyst. So far what I'm figuring out here is, because you got Uriel here again, so you get double here. So this is all about money. Whatever your crossroad decision is, if you're in business with people of the past, just hang tight, because it fell off the board. Hang tight. No matter the full circle situation it is, look at yourself. Seriously look at yourself, and to make sure that you're not part of the equation that you keep making the repetitive circle, because fire signs are kind of known for that. But also too, you need to take action. And taking the action right now is whatever your thoughts are, wherever you're at today, anytime this week. This has fallen on the sigil here of the bell on the east. So say, especially if you're thinking of finances, if you hear a random car horn, you know, a church bell, any type of bell sound anywhere, even if it's a cell phone bell and it's not yours, it's somebody else's, or if it is yours, whatever you're thinking at that moment will help you make the decision that you need to propel towards in the future, because there's still too much going on. I just see all this constant chatter, like, you know, sometimes when there's more than one boss, it could be something simple as, you know, like a hair salon or a tattoo shop, you know, something where somebody runs the shop, but everybody runs their own booth. You know, that could be a lot of chiefs in one room, and it can be a little hectic. Same thing with servers. You know, when a manager leaves, you just got nothing but servers on the floor, and if you don't have someone to lead, you know, it can get very chaotic if people don't know how to work as a team. So mind your thoughts at this time, especially with dealing with people of the past, because if not, you're just going to force yourself in a repetitive situation through your own personal choice without even realizing it, really, because you're subconsciously doing it because you're a creature of habit. Sometimes you just got to let that go. Nobody wants to admit when they're wrong, but that's just ego. You really don't need it. You don't. Alright, I don't know why, and I only shuffled it once for fire here, but something's saying this one right here, and this is the 9 of water. So with that saying 3 over here earlier when it was a full circle situation with West, this might be why it's bugging you so much, because it's the 9 of water, and this is full circle situation 3 times, hence the solid 3 on the wisdom die. You are to use your wisdom at this time, absolutely. Sometimes we have to use our darker wisdom for our positive to come forward, like the dark bullshit that we've been through in life, but the positive that we learned out of it. These are the questions you should be asking yourself. Are you recognizing triumph and success? Even if you're not making the money that you think you're supposed to be making right now and you're still nickel and diming it, sometimes triumph and success is learning your knowledge, learning the trade, learning to propel forward in your own direction, you know, not as ignorant to knowledge in that area. You know, take whatever knowledge, absorb it like a sponge, and then wring out the extra, you know, wherever you need to go to. Our imperfections being magnified. That could be self-judgment or judging other people. Sometimes when you take things personal, they can seem very magnified. Are you recognizing your efforts? You know, make sure you pat yourself on the back once in a while. Is your hope here? Think about it. That's like a double-sided question. I'm going to let you figure that out, because that's definitely a life experience. So again, is your hope here? A wish will come true. Concerns will fade away. Bygones are bygones. The storm has passed. And just right now, have a love of life right now. And a good angel to turn to during this time would be Gabriel. Gabriel's the angel that gave Mary the message of when Jesus was coming. Now, we are going to roll for water. All water signs. Okay, water signs. Your immediate message. This has fallen, well, actually on the moon phase it's today. And it's also fallen by the symbol peace. This is the dice of Samuel. Samuel is the one that rules Tuesdays. This is all about destruction. And this has fallen on the northwest. When it has fallen on the northwest, this is a crossroads decision in the healing and grounding on issues of the past. And with the 2 being adjacent from it over here, that is technically just the 2. So it's saying find balance between something with work and something with the past. Give me a minute on that one. It's a weird puzzle. I have to figure that one out. But anyways, let's move along. Then you over here, you have the 4 of North, which is technically the 4 of Uriel, which is the 4 of Pentacles. You guys also have a crossroad decision with finances or side business or anything that you're going through at the moment. There's also an Ace, the clear die that has fallen on a Gemini symbol. So if you're dealing with someone with a certain situation, that die is cloudier than the other one. So basically, in a nutshell, if you're dealing with someone that is a Gemini sign with issues of the past, because you have Uriel that fell in the past, which is warning you that there's going to be minor obstacles going towards the future with this person because there's not complete clarity. And when there's no clarity, you know, shit happens. But whatever the 2 is, yes, there is a time to find balance because it has fallen on the yes. And whatever crossroad decision you're going through financially, just make sure you make the decision according to you, no matter what the situation is going on in your relationship. Don't let the relationship influence anything in your finance department. Because we all tend to get blinded by love now and then, and that's just no good. So, yeah, that's pretty much it on that one. And the card for water. Excuse me, I'm going to get a sip of my coffee. There you are. Water. You got 2 of Earth. 2 of Earth. This is dealing with someone with dark hair, dark eyes. Finding balance. This is the card where the guy is like juggling the affinity. You know how to manifest money or make money as fast as you spend it. Questions you should be asking yourself. Is there a stalemate? So are you the stalemate or is somebody else a stalemate? Is there a false identity? Are you blind to the truth in front of you? Are you facing the storm? Are you seeking the truth to remain living in your truth? Because sometimes some people don't realize how much they're living their life according to others just in order to be accepted. Almost out of the shadows, keep striving forward, keep your efforts up. So there's nothing really bad. It's just, you know, it's a continuous balance, but it's really up to you if you just want to keep juggling, really. And for the Floromancy card for everybody, there it goes. I think we had this last week. You are truly loved. Which makes a lot of sense. You know, when you think of everybody's reading that's been going on here, just remember that you are truly loved. And you also, too, don't depend on anybody else to truly love you. You have to truly love yourself. Because that's the only way you really recognize true love around you. And for some reason, I keep seeing an orb over here. I don't know if the camera's catching it, but that's usually the elders. So I'm going to roll the elder dice. And let's see what message is from the elders. We'll see what gods and goddesses come through for the week. We have purple. Purple die. That's issues of the past. And that is to remain to have wisdom in all decision making. Because every sign here has had decision making. So the elders are reminding you to choose wisely. And choose for you. And that's it. Have a great day, everyone. Namaste. Make sure to click the link below so you can purchase your very own Angel Compass products. Namaste.